Game Awards nominees for innovation and accessibility are in, but what does this mean? What did they do? The website doesn't say. Let me fill you in on just some of the things that these games have done for accessibility in 2024. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is up first. In this game, they introduce asymmetrical hearing compensation so that you can adjust settings individually for each ear. This also has the option to reduce tinnitus sound. This replaces sounds made from concussion and flash grenades with a duller sound. Their high contrast mode can now highlight teammates and enemies in a range of different colors in both campaign and zombies. They've added controls for players to reduce the number of buttons they need to press for things like sprinting and crouching, added an arachnophobia feature so that things like this guy don't affect your gameplay, and you can now pause, save, and load single-player games of zombies for if you need a break from the Horde. Diablo 4 is on the list. It was nominated last year, and back then it had over 50 accessibility options. So what have they added to get nominated this year? Well, in the new Diablo 4 expansion pack, Vessel of Hatred, they added a bunch of features for people with visual disabilities, including better navigation assistance that creates spatial audio pings around you that direct you towards a pin that you've placed on a map, and then an arrow that spins around you to show you which direction you can go that you can also change the color of. Dragon Age the Veilguard released this year, and from launch includes accessibility options such as text, subtitle, controller, and display settings, but its most interesting feature is the way that it makes combat more accessible. It has a customizable difficulty system that has settings for things like enemy damage, enemy aggression, enemy health, enemy resistances, enemy vulnerability, and combat timing. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is great at containing features for people who have difficulty remembering and visualizing certain things. This includes the Eye of the Wanderer feature, which allows you to take a screenshot anywhere and then pin it to the map as a visual reminder. They've also provided an optional platforming assist tool, which is a portal that lets you skip the difficult parts of platforming, and the ability to add extra highlighting to things that are interactive. And Star Wars Outlaws has many options for player guidance, including being able to put markers on both the world and the compass, depending on what you prefer, input toggling, including turning certain inputs off altogether, and subtitle customization. The biggest feature for accessibility, though, is their narrated audio descriptions for the cinematics done by a voice actor.
The creature, the size of a small dog with 3 tendrils on each side of its gecko-like face, brings it to a young woman kneeling to the side of a doorway.
This is not only the first Ubisoft game to support this, but one of only a handful of games that have done this in general. Let's get more accessibility happening.